Michael Knowles exposes leftist professor and gets attacked live on stage.
Michael Knowles exposes this professor point blank to her face live on stage.
I love watching college professors get fucking owned by people on debates. It's actually the best.
She accuses him that his speech
because they're so smug. You know, chat, like they're always so smug. Like they're so confident that they're right. It's beautiful seeing them get torn down. It's just the best.
Violence.
I'm faculty here. I also support our protester in the back.
There's a student in the back with a sign claiming hate speech equals violence. First, we don't know what hate speech is. That cannot be legally defined.
Yes, because of the reasons
you think that
I'm
speech is
about.
violence?
Oh yeah.
No, I think that
That's what that sign says.
The conversation that you're having is oppressive.
So there's the claim. The conversation you're having is oppressive.
So I am oppressing people by what I'm doing. So I am exerting violence on people by my speech.
I mean, that's how they justify it, right? That's how they justify basically committing violence against people for people who they don't agree with speech-wise. They justify violence by saying that you are being violent to them.
What the sign says, and that's what you just said.
It contributes to.
And the protester is saying that's exactly what I'm doing.
Because here's the thing, right? Think of it this way, right? It might sound like really retarded to you, but like think of it this way, chat. If I told you that, if you told an impressionable person, not you, because you're not an impressionable person, but let's say that this is true. But you know, think of it this way: if I told you that they were coming to kill you, take your kids away, kill you, and then laugh at your wife while she suffers. And that was like, I told you, they're actually coming right now. They're coming right now, and they will shoot you in the streets if they see it. I mean, wouldn't you be like, oh shit, I guess I better be violent then? If you really thought that, like if you really thought that was true, if it were true, then of course you would have to put on the war paint. Yeah, exactly, right, Baba. Like you'd have to meet it with equal force. So you can kind of see like how these people can get so violent because they take this literally.
That's exactly what her sign means. So that means that you, a faculty member at an American public university, paid for by taxpayer dollars, are conflating speech with violence.
Yes.
And this is a real problem because this is what drives people to enact violence, because they believe that they are genuinely, legitimately contending with violence.
Yeah, and basically what you're saying by that is that there's nowhere to go now but to fight. That's what they're saying straight up to our faces. Really, is that like, well, I guess we have to kill you then, because how do you handle a dispute? How do you handle an existential dispute like that? An existential dispute in which there is no compromise and there's no negotiation. How do you handle it without using words?
And that's what leads to acts like what we saw with Charlie Kirk.
Yep, exactly.
Speech can be violent. What you are saying contributes to systemic racism in this country. It means that my students of color are pulled over and accused of stealing a car when they did not.
Perhaps you did have a student that was unfairly pulled over or accused of something. There's no direct correlation between an event like that and what Michael Knowles is saying now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm not pulling anybody over for stealing any
not
cars.
saying that you
I see many
personally
people
did.
of many different races in this room. They all seem to be doing just fine. I don't think any of them have felt violence because they listened to a lecture on basic facts about our immigration system.
Someone in the back shouts out a question here.
Are you here to ask us if we felt violence, or are you just assuming that we haven't?
It's silly to even propose that he would need to ask the audience, have I committed violence with speech? Because you can't commit violence with speech like this.
Yeah.
The question was, have I asked people in this room if they've felt as though some violence has been committed on them? No, I haven't asked, because no violence has been committed on you.
Yep.
You can't just decide what violence is subjectively. It is an objective line that the law can identify whether or not it has been crossed. When you are calling for violence, that is crossing the line.
This is the foundation of liberal education. If you cannot understand that there is a difference between speech and violence, you don't understand anything that undergirds the liberal arts or liberal education.
I've been to art school for 8 years. I understand liberal arts extremely well. I am an artist.
But I went to art school, I shouldn't say this out loud, but I went to art school for longer than 8 years, and I can tell you I didn't learn anything about politics or the definition of fascism or anything really tangible, only the philosophy of Marxism in how art is used in power dynamics. So I'm not sure how this is relevant.
And I
I
fully
don't think you do. I'm sure you've been to art school for 8 years, but you do not understand the
holding up a
liberal
sign
arts.
which says disrupting speech is fascism. You are
No, the sign
continually
says anti.
disrupting
Oh,
me.
that one, disrupting speech.
Yeah.
But yes,
See, you understand?
Yes,
You
these
get
people
it?
who are yelling are disrupting my speech, and
You're
I agree, it's
interrupting me.
fascism.
There's a deep irony here because the hecklers in the audience are disrupting speech. So you kind of just cornered yourself with your own definition, which is a flawed definition. Just disrupting speech does not equal fascism. That could be a component, an aspect, a characteristic of fascism.
Yeah, but it's like the fact that they don't even realize like the irony of like that of what they're saying.
It's a form of wrong behavior.
University of Missouri, Kansas City, some protester attacked me with some weird chemical. That was an objective act of violence.
A few days earlier, Michael Knowles was giving a similar speech to a crowd of college students, and he goes off the rails very quickly.
Well, it's very difficult to use my platform when people use the heckler's
Again, thank you so much. Thank you.
veto to try to shut up any opinion that disagrees. I believe that gentleman just threw paint on. Any opinion
what just
that-
happened?
It's difficult to use my platform when people use the heckler's veto to try to shut up any opinion that disagrees. I believe that gentleman
What
just threw
happened?
paint on me.
Guess what's going to happen?
Heckler's veto to try to shut up any opinion that disagrees. I didn't think I was this intimidating.
What
They're going to
happened?
start chanting, "Hands up, don't shoot," as though there's a real threat that the police might just draw down on them.
Wait, but didn't they hold on? So you're telling me that they attacked him and then they said hands up, don't shoot? I don't think they understand the irony of that. Classic.
Start firing.
I don't know what the substance is.
How are these people like this?
I'm fine. I don't know what this is. I think someone threw milk on me or something. I don't really know.
This is what I mean when I describe.
See, but the thing is, you don't know. You don't know what that is. It could be like a biological weapon, chemical. Like it could
the
be any of
power
those
stories
things.
and people getting captured by a narrative. And the core law of narrative is that conflict drives story. The stories that are most compelling have the highest stakes. What could be more high stakes than feeling like an eternal victim that needs to shout, "Hands up, don't shoot"?
I hope they got arrested.
This is really interesting because you have students trying to come back in like they haven't gotten enough. It's like zombies. The police just keep pushing them out, this herd.
I know.
That's what happens when you assault people, by the way, folks. That's what happens.
In this
Yep.
example, we have a clear, objective line that was crossed. This is not speech, this is action.
I got
Why
some
do
sort
they
of
all
painful
look the same?
So
Thank you,
keep in mind
Smudrick.
those
Thank
words
you.
that professor stated earlier.
Disrupting speech is fascism.
Disruption of speech is fascism. Well, according to your logic, who are the fascists in this scenario?
Oh, these kids are really proving me wrong.
It just reminds me of that scene in Game of Thrones. It's like the people yelling
Yep.
shame are the bad guys. Socialism,
Yeah.
communism, and fascism kind of tied together in this fantasy world. This false prophet.
The crazy thing is I've seen a lot of those like documentaries about like World War II and like movies, and whenever they portray like the early Nazi movement, it was like literally like that. It was literally like a bunch of like college age people basically like just like shouting at people. And that was like how they portrayed the Nazis. Yeah, it's kind of funny because it's almost the
wielding
same. It's like
masses for
comedic
power.
almost.
It's an interesting archetype.
Man,
Michael Knowles.
this is actually scary. Yeah, I'm gonna be real. It is. It is kind of scary. Ugh.